Hello, I am Jody and you're watching EXPOZ, June 3, 2012, and it's 1:09 a.m., Birmingham, Alabama. And I am going to do I'm going to answer some questions that came in. And this in reference to the February 2nd, 2012 blog I did on Israel versus Iran and Israel's latest news. A gentleman wrote in back to back 3 times. I guess he was pretty irate, pretty upset about something I said, but hey, who cares? His name is Arcstreams, A-R-C Streams. He wrote in 2 months ago, all it would take to shut down Israel would be a neutron bomb, killing all of its electronics in Syria and Iran and Russia and China have these. Arcstreams, you are correct. They do have those. So does Canada. So does the United States. So does Japan. So does Venezuela. So does Pakistan and India. So don't stop there. You just pick the 4 key nations that hates Israel's guts is what you did. And so may as well go on. And Mr. Arcstream, if I were to send one toward you, hopefully you would have a system, a radar system that would say, wow, a neutron bomb is headed my way. Since I can't shoot it out of the sky, I'm going to shoot one over on top of Wolf. You know what? And we'll both be in the same boat. Don't you think Israel would do that? Of course they would. All right, the second question you ask here, why would God be only on Israel's side, or the angels? I know the Bible may seem to indicate this, but why? Well, God is not only on Israel's side. God is against those who are against Israel. God is all as well. He's on South Korea's side. He's on our side. He's on Nigeria's side. He is on Kenya's side. God is on the side of any nation and any peoples of that nation that calls on God. That's the side God is on. These countries that you named here that would shoot that neutron bomb or that could do it, I have never, other than individuals here and there, never heard any of their governments call out to God. And I don't mean a moon rock, and I'm talking about God, Jehovah, the Creator. Israel does. They do not. And another reason is every country that Israel has ever been in, and even 90% of the countries that have come against Israel that they have never been in, they try to annihilate the Jews. Why? Well, because they don't like God. That's why. They stand on the side of Satan. Satan is the one. He is the author of that book. Annihilate the Jews. Push them in the sea. Destroy these people. Then you destroy the seed that brought Jesus to us. Satan's pissed off about that. And, you just got to know. And I'm gonna go one step further and say Israel will never be beat. They won't be. They will not be beat. Of the armies that come against Israel in the very near future, 5 out of 6 of those armies, 5 people out of 6, not of the countries, but the people that came against Israel, not the citizens, but the people, 5 out of 6 of them will die on the mountains surrounding Israel, and it'll take Israel 7 months to bury the dead and 7 years to burn the weapons. How can they burn steel? They can't burn steel. but these weapons are made out of a extreme high pressure, high temperature treated plastic that is stronger than steel that burns like coal. That's how they'll burn them. And Mr. Arcstream, you have another. What kind of message am I trying to send here? Are you a Christian or are you Jewish? American, because I do see a cross behind you, which is right over here. You're correct. And tell me what side you're on here. No one wants to nuke Israel. This is the mistake Israel, in its paranoia, is making. Well, it's not paranoia. It's biblical. It is in the Bible. Read Ezekiel 38 and 39. If that is not enough, go in and type in prophecy in the news and type in those key words that you're talking about. If that's not enough, read anything that Hal Lindsey has out, Chuck Missler. Read anything that Jack Van Impe has out, Perry Stone, John Ankerberg, David Jeremiah, everyone. And these are great teachers and preachers. And they're just breaking down the Bible. And up until the last 2 to 3 years, God said to Daniel, seal the words of this book that no one can understand them until the end. Well, now that the end time is approaching, suddenly we're able to understand the book of Daniel, and there's a whole new light shed upon everything that's about to take place. And it also reflects, Daniel also directs you over to Ezekiel 38, 39. I hope Arcstreams, I hope I answered your question. As for who am I for? 2 things. Number 1, the Bible says, you stand by my people, the Jews, and I'll stand by you. And as for me and my home, we choose to serve the Lord. And guys, we are growing rapidly to a close. And why every country out there wants to destroy the Jews, that's all because Satan has implanted that in their minds. People, individual people, if they could really think about this, sit down, they wouldn't want to do that. And most of the citizens of most countries don't want to do that. But it's the people that's been poisoned in their minds that wants to do that. And when you take just a few, sad to say it's happening here in America, but just a few will poison the minds of many, and many will follow. So stand by the Jews in prayer, and God will stand by you. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.